Yep, there he is. That's the begging baby. So he's perfectly happy. I filmed the begging video a few days ago, so it doesn't look too bad. He is pretty much a fully functional pigeon. It's just he's still got that trick of begging for food from the adults, and sometimes I've seen it. They'll puke up a bit of food and they'll give it to him if he just hassles them enough. But I think that's just a sort of stage they go through when they still try and get that response. But he looks pretty good. Not the most beautiful pigeon, but he certainly looks healthy. But he's been going up and down, so he's not tired. He doesn't look as spruced up as the others maybe, but he's not too bad. He certainly doesn't need rescuing. The only time that I would consider bringing this little guy into the house was if I had to capture him to repair something, like a foot or a beak or something, or if he just stayed in my garden and didn't fly away. If they do that, then there's something wrong and you should take them to the hospital. But you have to be warned, if you take them to the hospital, unless you're a private patient and you say you want all the bells and whistles, and then only maybe you'll get them. Because if the vet thinks that the thing needs to be put down, more than likely he will get you to agree to put it down. Especially if it's a wild bird, there's not a great deal of incentive for them to care for a wild bird. And the reason is, it's not because they don't want to help them. It's just if they can't fly, it's usually quite serious. It's usually basically their wings just don't work anymore. The nerves, they die in their wings, and they can't lift them up. So if you release a bird that's injured like that to the wild, what will happen is it will just get eaten alive very quickly. Might flap, might have a last bit of energy just to get somewhere, or it will get onto a roof and then just starve to death, or it will get onto a roof and then just fall off and die. But that's nice. He's with all his little friends. Look at that. He doesn't seem to be begging them either, so he's clearly just either not hungry or he's realised he has to wait and just find his food like everybody else. Yes, look, he's going for the insects. See, there are little insects in the walls there. They love insects. So he's been hanging around the others, and he's learning. He's learning. He's watching them, and he's learning. If you can see, if you look at his bill, when they're young they have these big kind of bills. So that's how you can tell. Sometimes you can't tell because their bills have just gone, just look normal, but when you see that big baby bill, you know that he's only recently arrived in the world.